Now, First Warn 5 weather with meteorologist Alan Shoemaker.
Hey, it is cooler out there, much cooler than yesterday. Yesterday, very warm. Today, the warm air is gone and probably knocked out for a while. We won't be seeing those 90s coming back for a long time, it looks like. And the humidity's gone, too. So we'll talk about that coming up. But more importantly, the cool temperatures. Talk a little bit more about the weekend weather as well. But 50s and 60s in most of the valley right now, still clinging on to 72 in Brownsville. But I think temperatures probably not going up much more, probably steadier going down. So kind of take whatever temperature you see on this map, plus or minus a couple degrees, and that's about what we have the rest of this afternoon. Chillier to the north, only 43 in San Antonio, 45 in Laredo. A lot of cool air, chilly air across the state. Cold to the north. It's been below freezing basically the last couple of days in Lubbock and Amarillo. And you see how cold it is, almost like winter in North Texas. And the cold air finally made it down here in the valley, although not as cold as up to the north. But this is a 24-hour temperature change map, basically what the temperature was yesterday at noon compared to what it is today at noon. And it is much colder in South Texas, 37 degrees colder than yesterday this time in McAllen, even in Austin, 34 degrees colder behind that front. So that's a pretty substantial temperature drop. And it looks like we will stay, well, kind of on the cool side the next few days, but the sunshine should help start to warm things up as early as tomorrow afternoon. Tonight, though, a chilly night compared to most nights we've seen lately in the valley. Clouds around, but still temperatures falling through the 50s this evening, probably down in the low 50s tonight, maybe some spots even in the upper 40s briefly late tonight, especially Starr County, maybe northwest Hidalgo County. We put isolated showers on here. There might be a couple sprinkles of those clouds or a very brief light shower, but we're not talking about like a good soaking rain anywhere, but maybe enough to put some spots on your cars. Feeling like fall again finally, now that we're about 5 or 6 weeks into fall. Coolest weather today and kind of into Wednesday. I think we will start to warm up more later in the week, but again, not getting back to the 90-plus temperatures anytime soon. But the sunshine could appear again as early as tomorrow and then kind of really stick around most of Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. In the short term, though, it's a lot of clouds out there, maybe a few breaks close to the coast once in a while the next hour or so, but generally a lot of clouds. And you see on the Futuretrack this afternoon, clouds, but barely any rain. Futuretrack tries to show maybe a sprinkle or two or a little light shower in spots through this evening and tonight, but again, you see the map is mainly dry most of the time, and rainfall barely shows up through tomorrow morning about sunrise. Then, notice how we start off with clouds early in the morning on Wednesday. You may wake up to gray skies nearly everywhere near sunrise or the first few hours of the day, but as dry air comes in, the clouds will be getting eaten away from west to east, so I think the afternoon does look much sunnier, especially later in the afternoon across the valley. And even with the sunshine, though, probably only getting back to about the low 70s or so tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night stays clear, and it could be a fairly chilly night with temperatures likely back down in the 50s or maybe even upper 40s in some areas. Now, you notice there's a little bit of a breeze out there, but this isn't one of those fronts that came through with a really strong winds, kind of just a little fresh breeze from the northwest, and that kind of continues this afternoon, about 15, maybe 20 miles per hour sometimes, and into tonight and tomorrow morning. Notice on Wednesday, though, the winds increase a bit more. I think Wednesday could be a little windier of a day than today. So if you are planning to do something outdoors, especially when the sun comes out tomorrow afternoon, just remember it could be a little on the breezy side or somewhat windy tomorrow afternoon before it calms down more, I think, by Thursday. So again, if you have some yard work to do or something to do tomorrow, if you have some objects out there, it might get a little windier. This is the forecast for Wednesday. The gusts tomorrow afternoon maybe close to 30 miles per hour. So it could be, again, a little on the windy side on Wednesday before things calm back down a little more by Thursday. If you're thinking ahead to the weekend, I have a Halloween party every year, and this is supposed to be a good Halloween because not only did we have nice weather, we would have had an extra hour of the weekend to set your clocks back, so you got an extra hour on Saturday night. But the Halloween forecast, still near 80 degrees. We'll show you a more detailed outlook for Halloween, but it will be cool with low humidity, cool nights and cool mornings over the weekend coming up. Again, don't forget to set your clocks back an hour late Saturday night, early Sunday morning. First 1-5 AccuWeather 7-day forecast, low 60s in most areas today. Maybe a couple sprinkles or a light shower, mainly just breezy and cool. Tomorrow gets a little windy, but the sun comes out by afternoon, highs near 71. But notice morning temperatures down in the low 50s, maybe some areas in the upper 40s the next couple mornings. And then we back up to 80 on Thursday with a lot of sunshine, 74 on Friday. Now, Halloween weekend, again, mostly sunny near 80 degrees. Some of the models do hint at maybe some clouds coming back in off the Gulf on Sunday. That's why we put maybe a couple sprinkles or a light shower in there for a small chance. But the weekend overall looks very nice, and then still will continue nice temperatures into next week with 70s and 80s. We'll keep tracking your weekend weather and beyond in your first 1-5 forecast. Have a look at the tropics, too, with a storm headed for the Gulf. coming up later this hour on Channel 5 News at noon.